Andrea Vitamus here, and this is your domagick challenge. Coming when? Zach, when is the next domagick challenge?
The next challenge is in October.
October. Again, we're like horribly bad recording this late, but that's okay. If you are doing the evocation challenge, you know that the notion, everyone has problems with this notion of evocation and invocation because it's been very confused, I think, by the culture. And we don't care. We're using the definitions in my book. In essentially, evocation is to bring something, evoke them forward, not command. We said summoning, but it was really evocation. We said summoning because we thought it'd be less offensive than evocation, but it wasn't. But if you are speaking to something in normal goetic operations, that is an evocation, or in normal spiritual operations, that is an evocation based on the clear Latin word evoke, right? Pull forward, or pull, externally evoke, right? Invoke is to pull that spirit in. So at this point, we're letting the spirits that we're going to work with inside our bodies. This could actually be much different. If you look at a goetic operation, you have the triangle. Most evocations, you have some degree of separation between you and the other spirit. So this one, we're going to, for 30 days, we're going to do invocation challenge, which is direct invoking. Now, let me give you some examples of what this could be like. Voodoo rituals are generally invocational rituals. Holy guardian angel rituals are usually invocational rituals because you're pulling your holy guardian angel into your body. And any sort of possession, extreme mediumship trance where you are allowing things to channel through you, that's more invocation. Right, Zach?
Yeah.
So it's pulling the spirit into you, and usually you'd use invocation in the way that we're defining it, or I have in Hands-On Chaos Magic, which I think is a little bit more clear. It has nothing to do with whether they're positive or negative. You are letting it actually get into your head. Now, there's some weird, you say there's some rules maybe that you should follow. You need to have a good banishing. Let's be blunt. If you haven't practiced banishing before this, you need to have some way to ground and center, because these can get pretty intense. Zach's seen them, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, they get very intense, for a lack of a better term.
Right. The second thing is, this is a little bit of a challenge, but when you're invoking, you can lose control. So you want to make sure safety is first. And that can be safety by putting yourself into a chair, which is the method that I often use, because then you're not going to get out of the chair. You're kind of locked in the chair. If you're doing full-on possession rituals, you really should have someone else present. Safety first, peeps. Safety first, because all kinds of things can happen when you start even touching the line. Like a simple invocation, it's not too much different from evocation. It's like a spectrum, but the locus is clearly pulling them in or inviting them in versus having a conversation with something external that you're still perceiving as something external. But you got to keep yourself safe, and that could mean possibly not going as deep as you can. That could mean possibly knowing when to say when, locking in the chair, all kinds of stuff. Make sure you're safe, because you're there. The other thing is, as always, journaling 30 days is going to be even more important, especially if you're invoking something. You might get personality changes. And that you need to be aware of. You really need to be aware of that based on your journaling. You need to actually take the extra step when you're doing invocation work to actually communicate with people who may be magical friends and have them watch for negative personality traits. That if it's positive, you want to have them watch for that too. That all of a sudden, all these things are happening, and they're like, yeah, you definitely are acting different. You want to know that. That's proof of your results. So a lot of the evocation challenge, we found out shit got real for people, and we're going to try to reach out to many of the people, make a video with everyone to basically talk about. I think many people in the last one completed the challenge, but shit got so real they didn't journal it, and I think that's true for me. It was true for Zach.
Yep.
We'll talk about it a little. I couldn't talk. I can't still not talk about some of the outcomes because they haven't happened, and that's like I'm so close from the results of that evocational challenge, but I cannot say things because, to will, to dare, to keep silent until you actually get the results. It's so there. It's so much that. Well, I did get the bike. That was part of my evocation challenge. $2,000 bike. It's a sweet ride. Sweet ride. Sweet. But the other things I can't talk about yet because I haven't got the results yet. Like I want to keep silent about these big life changes that I'm making happen after they're already locked in, which is, kind of what you should do. And I think there was a lot of people who had similar effects that they're right on this cusp of major life changes from the evocational challenge that we did. And we're going to try to get all those people together who seemed like they did the work, but they just stopped journaling it because it got real personal. And we're going to start doing that. We're gonna me and Zach are going to try to reach out to all of you and do that as soon as we possibly can, and try to just have a show and just call us the near winners because we didn't post everything. But that's it's more important, the journey, than winning the contest. The contest is just supposed to encourage you to actually do the magic. Do the magic. Domagick.com. This is your October invocational challenge. We'll have a longer video where we kind of start discussing this. Look for our new podcast coming soon. We're still working out the details, but the Do Magic stories, or the stories of magic, which it might be called. And we have some news about, don't we have the domain names for certain Toronto stuff?
Yes, we do.
That's right. That's right. So you'll see something related to the occult and Toronto very soon. And we'll leave that mystery at that. But this is the Do Magic Challenge. #DoMagic. Invocational Challenge.